Working with a horse is very similar to working with an alcoholic. You know, we're set in our ways and we are who we are, and to teach someone to develop means that you know, you got to use the tools in your tool belt.
Scott Hunnemeyer began working with horses at a young age, growing up on a little ranch in Southern California. He had a normal childhood, riding horses and participating in sports. But at a certain point, that idyllic life started to change.
I got into my teens, got into high school, and I ended up, you know, wanting to be cool. I was playing football, and I didn't feel like the football players were cool enough, you know. I wanted to live, you know. I wanted to be a man. I wanted to be tough. I wanted to do all these things, you know, and I thought that quitting football and going and smoking weed with my friends and doing stuff like that would be okay to do my last year of high school.
With alcohol becoming more and more of a daily occurrence, Scott began to retreat from others, from life, spending days upon days isolated in his bedroom drinking. When did you know things had to change?
I knew that things needed to change for quite some time. I just didn't know how to get there. The day my mom asked me if I'd like to go, I was like, yes, please.
Newhouse Santa Barbara has a track record of more than 60 years, providing a place where men can live, get sober, and become productive members of society. Scott is just one of thousands of miracles that have walked out of Newhouse. It was there that he was first introduced to a 12-step recovery program and was able to turn his life in a completely new direction. Executive Director Gordon Guy has been instrumental in his recovery.
Working with Gordon has meant a lot to me because I sit with him on a daily basis and he answers all my questions. He answers them until I don't have any more.
After hiring him as manager of Newhouse 2, Gordon Guy encouraged Scott to get back in the saddle. On most days of the week, he now goes from working with alcoholics in recovery to volunteering at a nonprofit riding academy.
Hertz Therapeutic is a riding center where horses are used to help disabled people, whether it's physical, mental, or both. We have a lot of kids that are disabled. I could never imagine that my life would be like this today. I have everything I've asked for.
Do a lot of thinking while I'm doing this too, because there's nobody else around. So this is what I'm working on now. It's a tufted settee, a lot of buttons. In the valley, I had a really good business going up there, you know, my upholstery business, of course, and you know, I built up a really good reputation, and I was doing great. You know, I was able to provide for my 2 kids and my wife, and you know, we were able to buy a house, and you know, I was living the American dream pretty much. My wheels started falling off when I was in my early mid-40s. You know, things started off, you know, not too bad, but I knew I shouldn't be drinking. In the morning is when I knew things were not going well. Eventually, you know, the work stopped coming in because I wasn't calling people back. I wasn't getting the work done that I did have. I got to Newhouse when, you know, I had lost everything. What I found was accountability. I found a safe place. I found a lot of people in the program and at Newhouse that really cared about, you know, watching you succeed in sobriety. 5.5 years later, I never thought I'd be the manager there, but you know, there I am, still loving it. You got it? But you want to just wheel it over there? I didn't think I'd be doing anything fun ever again. You know, I thought my life was, I thought I was going to die from drinking. You know, that's all I had. But once I sobered up, you know, I said, hey, you know, life is beautiful. I used to drive back and forth on the 101 up where my shop was, up in Bealton from here. And I used to see a bunch of guys out there on kayaks fishing, and I thought, you know, I used to fish a lot when before I started, you know, with my disease. And I thought, wow, that looks like fun, you know. I think I was at New House maybe 4 months, and I bought a kayak and started, you know, kayak fishing. It's very spiritual, and you know, it's very calming. You know, I get to clear my head when I'm out there. You know, it's so quiet and peaceful out there. You know, I see whales, dolphins all the time, and it's just, you know, I see God out there. It's super cool, and you know, and I can think. You know, I cannot think, and it's just amazing.